Okay, so hi Flide, thank you for answering. You're one of the few people that do. You're already echelon 2, but it's still rank B unless you come forward. Because I don't want to hear, oh, I'm inspired by Kant, and that's what I like, and this guy likes that, and his is like a metaphor. I don't want to hear that, right? I want to hear a technical system applied to moral dilemmas. That's what I want. That's fun, right? And the thing that gets me is that it's like, why would we just leave it as, well, everybody can think what they want? Why wouldn't we pit these things against each other? You know, you come to me, you prove to me my system sucks. To me. What am I supposed to... Oh, no, but I want to keep my system. No. By definition, if you prove to me my system sucks, I don't want to keep it anymore. Now, emotionally, I'll still have this reaction, this hangover of my previous system. But what will I do without God or without whatever I've had before? But I have this big fat part of the brain that I and every one of my cousins alive today has evolved over the last several million years that knows that, well, it's going to be better because of these reasons, and if you just stick with it, you'll get used to the improvements. You know, you'll get used to your improved ability to understand your environment and survive better and make better moral decisions. You know what I'm saying? Now let me tell you this, having said that, Kant is an excellent, excellent start. I myself started with the Golden Rule. By the time I read Kant, I saw this dude is just formalizing the Golden Rule. Thought it was great. The Golden Rule has certain problems. Okay, let me talk about Kant a little bit. I actually approve and will assume I know a little bit about what you're saying. You said it was Kant, so I'm just going to think of Kant and you together, right? So you tell me what you really mean. Here's what I think by that. Okay, first of all, I believe in the Golden Rule, but even young, I realized, well, there's this flaw. Like lots of good rules have a paradox to them. You know what I mean? Like the English language is pretty good for conveying meaning, but then it's got that liar's paradox. You know what I mean? Or whatever. There's examples like that. And the one for the Golden Rule is of course, the masochist. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and he would have them beat his ass. Problem. Okay, esoteric problem, not a day-to-day problem necessarily. Exception that proves that you just kick the masochist out or whatever. But in our modern times, we actually, I guess we could take that serious because we tolerate masochism as a sexual choice. And those people understand that they should do unto others. I improve that myself as do unto others as they would have you do unto them. But the problem with that is that people will have you serve them. Okay. Kant, much better formalization, but still with the categorical imperative. I took it very seriously for several years in my life, around 14 or 15, and this categorical imperative, and I'm like, that sounds good. Be the person that we have to be able to get along. But then, after a while, I was realizing, well, I want to be an individual, and I want High Fliday to be individual, even though I didn't know you yet. And so you can still call that a Kantian thing, right? Like, in order to be the kind of people that everybody can get along, that can live in the society that we're imagining we want to be in, we need to be that person, and that person's going to be individualistic, and some of us are going to wear dresses, and some of us are going to wear slacks, and some of us are going to have short hair, and some of us are going to have long hair, and some of us are going to be dark-skinned, and some of us are going to be light-skinned, and so on and so forth, right? But my first interpretation was more like, well, we should all try to be the kind of person that can get along, and I don't think there is one kind of person. It's like repels like, and people will get annoyed if everybody was just like them. So I don't see it as a Kantian. It's related to a Kantian interpretation, but it's a next generation I don't see belongs to Kant, that there's a uniqueness here. And also, the reason also that Kant loses track of this is you end up having to, you can't objectively as a single person decide what kinds of personalities are acceptable for the society. You have to negotiate with other people. You have to find out their criteria, including all the new people, that are just born, that are just 18 or 16 or 15 or speak, or whenever you're going to start listening, when they tell you what their attitude is, and maybe they have some new ones, right? New people invent new ideas, or new generations of ideas at least. So anyway, yeah. Jesus, you did say Kantian, right? And Trix was utilitarian. Mine is also utilitarian. Those are two good systems. And mine is better. I've gone through both of those systems and studied them extensively, including at school. And especially in the case of utilitarianism, what a joke. But anyway, I mean, I like a common sense utilitarianism about utility. But this capital U utilitarianism school of philosophy from England is one of the most laughable things ever in philosophy. And yet interesting, useful, but just so like, I don't know, it's like offering a tinker toy for society. Anyway, cheers.